Hi everyone, this is Dov Hershkovitz, and this is Pipeline Authoring 14.7 Kickoff video. Before we get going, I want to point you to our planning issue number 13.6, underneath the Pipeline Authoring project, where you can see the scope of this iteration, of this milestone, and you can also see how the team is collaborating as we plan this milestone. You can also add your questions on or comments if you have any in there. So this coming milestone is going to be pretty light, mainly because of the engineering allocation and the upcoming vacation. And I want to emphasize one issue out of all the issues, which is the track and notify deprecation of types keyword. This is actually our way of starting to implement a CI deprecation process. So up until today, I don't think we ever we never remove any keyword from our syntax, mainly because we never knew the impact of removing such keyword. For instance, how many users will affect by that, or how many pipelines are we going to break on the way. So the idea that was formed by one of our engineers is to create some sort of a process. And we decided that we'll take one keyword and we will try to do this process on 15.0. And if it will be successful, it will be our official CI deprecation process. And first of all, the keyword that we selected is type and types. It was actually deprecated 5 years ago, and up until today, we didn't thought about removing it. And because of this process, we can actually, I'm hoping we'll be able to remove it in 15.0. So what this process is all about. First of all, whenever we decide that we want to deprecate a keyword, to remove a keyword, we'll start with the deprecation. Deprecation is an announcement for our user that this keyword is going to be deprecated. And then the second level comes, and this is what we plan to implement. And this is what is new. Is the warning provide the user with some sort of a notification that the keyword that they are using is about to be removed, and will provide a link to the deprecation notice. But the cool thing about it is that we don't only do that, we can also track metric to see the usage over time. And I think this is the most important thing, because decide to deprecate a keyword and send a warning to the user, it's all very nice, but this will definitely tell us what is the impact of removing such keyword. And if we'll see that the impact is high, we may consider not removing that keyword. And if we see that the impact is low to 0, we can remove this keyword. And level 3 is removal, and removal is scheduled for the next major. So in this milestone, we are looking at the type and types keyword. Actually, those are two keywords that are practically the same. And the implementation is on adding the warning and capturing the telemetry. And until 15.0, we will track down and see and assess the impact. And if we see that the impact is low, then we'll be able to deprecate to remove the keyword. And of course, removing the keyword is something that we want to do because we don't want to support all the keywords that we have forever. We do need to start thinking about how we can deprecate it. So I'm really excited about this milestone and this process that we are going to start, and hoping it will be successful. With that, I'm going to hand it over to Nadia to talk about the scope of work for UX. Thank you and bye-bye.
Hey everyone. 14.7 will be a very short milestone for me. I will be away for Christmas and New Year's holidays for most of the milestone. So we're keeping the scope of work for UX for 14.7 pretty light. So in line with one of our OKRs in Q4, I will be focusing on UX depth. So I will be working on ongoing UX depth issues and making sure that any new UX depth issues have refined proposals so we can continue scheduling them for the upcoming milestones. One design issue that I will be working on is for showing tooltips with links to the docs in the pipeline editor. So this issue is about improving the usability of the pipeline editor and making it easier for you to learn CI YAML essentially. So the idea here is that we want to add tooltips to the editor when you hover over YAML keywords or CI YAML keywords that will show a little description of that keyword and provide a link to the documentation where you can learn more about how to use this keyword, see the examples and things like that. And as an MVC iteration, most likely we will just link to the documentation, so you would be able to open GitLab docs, but we're also thinking about how we can improve it further. And some ideas we have is around adding contextual documentation for the keywords to the drawer. So perhaps you would be able to click on the link in the tooltip and then see the desired documentation right there within the editing experience without having to leave your browser tab. So yeah, as you can see, there's not much work going on in 14.7, but we're continuing our focus on usability improvements and burning down UX depth. So very excited to see how it will improve the pipeline authoring experience.